Hi lovelies, how are you? We're doing an SRT clearing on regrets. Something we all try not to do, to have regrets, but we don't want to know what we've inherited either and from other lifetimes. So set your intention to receive the benefits of this clearing and make sure you're 100% open to receiving it. And let's get stuck in like we normally do. We're using the SRT, the Spiritual Response Therapy System, which was downloaded and founded by Robert Gettr, and he has books: The Freedom Path, Soul Recreation, or Recreation should I say, and Spiritual Healing books you can purchase, which have charts in the back. The system was first downloaded back in the 80s and then got added to in the 90s and the early noughties as well, and it's obviously in use all over the world now. So we're looking at clearing the fear of having regrets or having regrets, and SRT clearing on regrets themselves. So what's that running at? 0 positive and 100 negative. And in terms of consciousness, where is it sitting? Right down at Holy Spirit status. So let's just ask my God team and your high self teams to do a clearing on regrets. Raising up to 100 positive, down to 0 negative, and all the way up to radiant love, new paradigm level of consciousness, which is, if you're new to this channel, it's the minimum level that we want to be at. We want everything to be at 100 positive, 0 negative, no matter what it is in this system, and operating from a minimum of radiant love, new paradigm level of consciousness. And at the moment, we're all the way down here, Holy Spirit status with regrets. This is a group clearing, so we're taking off a layer at a group level, and your high self teams will be doing any extra research that needs to be done for you. If you buy a package, or when you buy a package from me, either, we go into things in a much deeper way. So we're clearing obviously more specifically for you, and we'll also go into your energy bodies, and I've got a whole checklist of things that I ask as well. So we go to things, we do more research. And personal clearings, they vary in time. I mean, in SRT, they teach you once you've prepped to work, and I have quite a thorough prep to work process, so a lot gets cleared. Let me show you the prep to work. This is all prep to work, and this is all prep to work. Oops, you can't see it there, but this is all prep to work. So there's two sides to the prep to work stuff, and the mop-up process is all of this as well. So a lot gets cleared in that process. And we get taught that it should only take 20 minutes to do a clearing in SRT, but I'm quite thorough in my SRT clearings, so they can take anywhere between a minimum of 45 minutes to, I've gone on for as long as 2 hours with some clearings. So so they're pretty thorough, and it depends what comes up. It depends for the person. Some clearings I've done for some people, as I say, I've gone on for 2 hours, so they've needed a lot of clearing. Thankfully, it doesn't happen too much these days, but it does occasionally happen that it can go on and on and on sometimes. But if it's needed, it's needed, and you don't get charged any more for that. You just get charged for the effectiveness of the clearing. The bulk of the clearing takes place by your teams on the other side of life. So the research that I do is a very small part of it. Right, so where are we going first for regrets? We're going to chart 5 by the look of things, which is negative motivations, blocks, interference, anything on the inside, nothing on the inside. We're looking at self-punishment, negative motivations there. So let's just clear that at all level of consciousness for you. All of that self-punishment is a negative motivation at all levels of consciousness, all energy bodies for you. I also have 2 courses that I've got at the moment at the time of recording, but I'm planning on doing some more courses. I don't teach SRT. I don't have any plans to teach SRT because I have plans to bring in my own healing mechanism in the not too distant future. It's a brilliant system. If you want to train in it, I highly recommend Malabika Shore. And Malabika is based in Massachusetts, I think just outside Boston. in America, and she does online tutoring there. If you actually Google Malabika Shaw, she trained me back in this system back in 2012, 2013, something like that. So, and she trained with Robert E. Detzler as well. She's wonderful. I love Malabika. She's lovely. Very, very knowledgeable being, a very beautiful person as well. I've done the basic and practitioner courses and the intense training as well. The one that allows you to become a consultant, but I haven't pursued that because I have other. This isn't my only modality that I use. So the bulk of my healing is really on Zoom when I have my Zoom sessions. And if you go into my website, carolinecousins.com, you'll see my tool bag on there, and you'll see all the things that I trained in. So I have a background in hypnotherapy, theta healing, EFT, NLP, all of that, as well as SRT and various other modalities and mediumship. So I have quite a tool bag that I use, and I've been doing this for 25 plus, maybe 26 years now. We are going to chart 4, which is unusual in this. So I'm going back to chart 4. What are we looking at in chart 4 as a category? Is it experienced trauma or is it imprint? Let me just see. Which is it? Experienced trauma. So is it experience? Is it trauma? It's trauma. So we're looking at trauma. And normally what we do with this under trauma is that we look at how many programs are running under trauma. And because it's a group clearing, it could be in the millions there. And we take the most significant of those. So we're going to do that now. We're going to take the most significant. Can we do this on a group level? We're going to take the most significant trauma, the most significant program, because that will clear the bulk of the programs. We'd normally find out where it was set up, who it was connected with. If you look at my chart here, you can see, we've got group, mother, father, brother, sister, and so on around this chart. And we check to see if it's past life. Do we need to do any research into the past life? All of that. But because it's a group situation, we're not going to do that. But then we go on to chart 6A under that, and we'd find out what the energies or programs were that were running. So we're just going to go straight to that. This is unusual for it to come up in a group setting. So outside left, we've got helplessness coming up. Inside left, betrayal coming up. This is under regrets, remember this healing. So can we just clear that as the most significant? So let's clear all betrayal and helplessness coming up under that category on chart 4. That's so interesting. So this is one of those charts that it's more likely to come up in individual clearings, as I say, because it's very pertinent to you as an individual. But it's interesting that we've got that coming up under regrets, under trauma as a category. And your teams will know what to clear and when it was set up for you as an individual. If you're having an individual clearing on regrets, then obviously if this came up, then we'd go into a lot more detail for you. And we don't want to carry over any regrets. Regrets is attachment, and we don't want to be taking those to another lifetime. We want to get those cleared out. It's really important to let go of any regrets, because it keeps you hooked in, and we just don't want you hooked in. We don't want that. Any attachment to anything that has gone before is because it's illusion and it's memory, and it doesn't exist anymore. And if you keep hooked into it, you keep hooked into that energy, and it'll just pull your vibration down. Okay, so let's just have a look. What percentage did that clear the trauma? So that's fine. It's a very, very much of an overview there on that one. So we're into 6B, which is blocks to positive expression. Inside right, blocks to abundance. Let's clear all blocks to abundance. I'm just going to ask that all blocks to acceptance is also cleared as well from all of you, because I think that is something very pertinent to regrets. Across all time, space and dimension, elevation, seeds, roots, branches, all of your energy bodies as well, for your highest good. Thank you. Okay, we're done there. Good. Where next? 16, which is the fall of consciousness. This is a great one. Regrets. It's a great one to clear. So I know this was one of the requests from one of the people on here who watches these videos. So loss of spiritual sight, a shift into unreality. Let's clear all of those away. I am working through all your requests bit by bit. Some of them may take a few months, but I will get there. I've had a lot of people have emailed me as well with suggestions, so there's lots, which is why I'm doing them twice a week now instead of once a week. There's a lot to get through, and I'm going to do more quickies as well to keep you going. So would anyone be interested in me doing some Reiki on here as well? Some other things that I'm thinking of, because in my tool bag I've got Reiki, I've got hypnotherapy, I've got bits and pieces like that. So so we can really make it into a healing channel. Right, okay. Where are we going next? I won't stop doing these, so don't worry, I'm going to stop these. 31, chart 31, memory clearing. Anything on the inside? Anything on the outside? We need to integrate the 13 bodies. So let's do that. 13 bodies of the etheric, the mental, the emotional, the physical, the spiritual, the first astral, second astral, third astral, the Holy Spirit body, the living soul, the I am body, and the Christ body. That's the 13 bodies. That's what they're called in the system. I know there are other names for them in other systems, and those are in no particular order either, by the way. It's just how I remember them. Just getting those all integrated for you. Okay. Right, anything else? No, let's just go to a quick mop up for you. This is going to be around the 15-16 minute mark, so this is great. Done? Yeah. Hi self-team, happy, soul happy with a hold. Yeah. What are we at now for regrets? 100 positive, 0 negative. Okay. And we're at radiant love, new paradigm level. There you go, another one done. Brilliant. Good one to do. Whoever suggested that, well done for all of our sakes. That's a great one to do. So on to the next one shortly. So have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for stopping by and for being part of this wonderful healing community. So much love to you. Bye.